Hello everyone, welcome to part 2 of our procedural greenhouse with geometry node tutorial. This is part 2. If you didn't watch part 1, go and check it out. Here is where we left off. Let's continue. I finished this one. So okay, now the part that we are at right now is adding the cover and giving thickness to these bars of our greenhouse. So first of all, we have to realize these instances before we can actually convert them to mesh. And we add mesh curve to mesh, so that but I think this one are still meshes. They are not curve yet, so we probably have to convert to curve. I'm not sure if this one are the ones that are not curve. Yeah, these are the meshes. So we add mesh to curve, a mesh to curve here, and I think this will solve it. Yeah, now we have curves. So I think here we can then give it we add a curve cycle to give the profile to our curves and make a reasonable way, like we give it a reasonable radius. So now I think this will do it for now. So try to think a little bit and see if you can figure out the way you can add the coverings to around these bars. Yeah, try to think a little bit and see if you can figure it out. Okay, if you can't, it's okay. The way we are going to use to do it is we are first going to add a convex hull to it, and then remesh the convex hull so that you can have we can have the cover with a better topology, and so that if we do, we can be able to offset it inward, like you saw on the introduction video. So okay, now we will add convex hull. We add it here. As you can see, it creates the box around like that matches the shape of the that bars, like the slow weight. So now what we will do is we are going to find a way to remesh this, because as you can see, they are just faces, big faces over here. That's yeah, you cannot do much with this. So to do that, we are first going to take to convert this to volume, because as you can see, this is a free closed geometry. So it is easy to convert this to volume. So we drag out of this, add mesh to volume here, and then we will convert this volume back to mesh. Add volume to mesh. So as you can see now, we are having kind of shape that have a beta topology. As you can see, this have a beta topology, but it doesn't really match. It doesn't match so much with our original shape. So we can be able to define this by increasing, like, let's use size here and size here. We can be able, as you can see now, this looks a little bit better. Yeah, this looks better, but it looks denser as well. So here you have to decide between the quality and the performance. But it's not that crazy. Like this one is taking 30 milliseconds, but as you move the voxel size down, the slower it starts to get. So if we do like 2, and here let's do 2 as well. This is 30. I think this is manageable. So we can add 0 interior. Yeah, I think this can work. Let's work with this. So yeah, one more thing, I just did it, and I didn't comment on it. When you want to see how fast your nodes are or slow, you can enable timings here to see how long does it take to calculate a certain node. And for like calculation nodes like this one, they don't have timings. You see it where these calculations are evaluated. That's where you see how long it is taking to implement that. So okay, now what we will do is we are going to set the position of the faces here regarding the position of our bars, these bars right here. So what we will do right here is we will drag out of this and add geometry proximity. If we add our geometry proximity, then we take out this and add a set position. We add a set position. Okay, let's look through here, and we are going to offset the faces inside. Like okay, let me first join this so that you can be able to see. Okay, we can be able to see if the bars comes out of the greenhouse. As you can see here, like it is coming out. So what I realized is usually these ones outside are the ones that sticks out the most. So I like to first add a scale element, and No, actually, you can even use a transform geometry. No, it's not necessary to use that one because transform geometry is way faster and easier to work with. So if we scale it a little bit on y, it will solve our problem kind of. Like we can do 1.01 maybe. No, that's too much. 1.005. This will do. Okay, now what we do now is we, in our set position, we offset the faces regarding to their distance from 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 the position of these bars. Okay, so now what we will do is we will add a normal node. We'll add, oh sorry, I didn't realize that the screen cascade was not there. So I think now, okay, now it's working. Sorry for that. Okay, so we drag out of here. First of all, we'll add a normal node. We add normal and we'll scale it. We'll add scale, vector scale, and we'll put this into offset. And here we can only select the faces or points in a certain distance. Let's first multiply these. Let's do map range and add it there. So as you can see, the faces nearby the bars will not move. So here we can just offset it from to inside. If we do like that, we can be able to increase the effect inside like that, and then move this a little bit more inside like that. So what we will do next is we have to make them smooth, because as you can see, they are very sharp. So to do that, we add another set position, and we add a position node here, and then pass it through blur attribute, and then add it in position. So here we can determine the iterations. So here, as you can see, it is sticking out again. So what we can do is, from our transform geometry, we can scale it up a little. So let's add this, and let's add another one here, so that you can be able to scale it everywhere. So let's add a value node, so that we can be able to make sure that it doesn't stick out. So we can hide everything else and then scale it up. Let's do maybe 1.01. Yeah, I think this will do. Yeah, I think X is needs a little bit of okay, so I think this can work actually. Let's first finish it up, and we can come back later and polish it if we need to. So what we will do here is, let's add a set material, so that we can add a little bit of transparent material and see inside. So here we have a material here. Let me see which one is this. So there is one more thing that we need to do. As you can see, we still have the faces in the bottom, and we need to delete those. We come back here where we had our our geometry with a better topology. We will now delete the faces in the bottom. So how shall we do that? We'll add the delete geometry node here, and then we'll take the normal and add a dot product here, and we're gonna see from -1. So I have a video on this one, on dot product, and if you want to know how it works, and like if you don't get how this is going to work, then you better go check out that video, and you will understand more on how dot product work. So okay, so now we'll add like an equal compare node with equal, and then we'll delete every face whose dot product here is equal to 1. So if we do this, if we say every face whose normal is equal to 1, it means like that the normal of that face point in the same direction with this vector, which is like the vector that points downwards, which is in -1 is. So if you take a look at these, you will be able to see that all of the faces that looks down are gone. So, and as we increase the epsilon here, you can be able to determine how down it looks. So yeah, now I think we have removed them, so you can come back here. So as you can see, yeah, it's starting to look like a greenhouse. So let's work on this material, and yeah, let's make it a little bit transparent, so that you can be able to see inside. So we reduce its alpha. So as you can see, when you look at it like this, you will not notice that it is sticking out. But if you really want to adjust the shape and make sure that those bars doesn't stick out, you can be able to do it right here. You can scale in this transform. You can scale each axis differently, because if you take a look if you take a look here, yeah, here, if you take a look here, and let's mute our material so that you can see. If you scale it a little bit on X, these will not will be there anymore, because as you can see, the ones in X are the ones that have problem. Z have no problem and Y have no problem, probably because we scaled it before. And yeah, you can also unhide this and scale each individual axis differently. If we scale maybe X 1.005 as well, as we see, you can see that it start to stop them from sticking out. So you can do 0.01 and maybe yeah, problem is solved. Yeah, and you can be able to play around and be able to change more parameter and polish it to your needs. But I think this is good enough now, and we are like as you can see, we have what we wanted. We have achieved our we already have a usable greenhouse, and as we said before, all the parameters are still yeah, you can change those parameters. As you can see, as we said, you can change the width and all the other stuff. Yeah, you can do those, spread it, and it is still very performative. It's not like that intense. So let's do one more thing. Let's add the doors here and in the back. So also you can first try attempt to do it without watching, and then if you can't figure out how to do it, then you can come back to the video. But yeah, let's do it. We add a delete geometry node here, and the way we are going to do it is we are going to use the position. We are going to separate the XYZ position, and we are going to delete faces that are on Y and Z. At like we determine which faces we delete on X and Z. So, I mean, yeah, on X and Z. So we have to do a race done here, and let's add this one as well, and here. So if we do and let's use and here, so that we delete the faces that are oh dang, okay. Oh no, let's use equal and use the epsilon to define how wide equal. Okay, so and yeah, here we can be able to determine how wide and how high. You see, like X is working, we just gotta have to work on Z as well. Oh yeah, we are using Y, we're gonna use Z. Okay, Z should equal to 0, and then we can use epsilon. Yeah, sorry, it took a moment there to figure it out. So yeah, as you can see here now, we can be able to add doors that way by selecting like the faces on X, so we can move it on Y. You can be able to offset it if you want to. Okay, yeah, so I think this is gonna complete it. Yeah, this is gonna be it for this part. In next part we are going to learn how we can scatter, and I think this really is all you need if you wanted to know how to build it, just to generate that greenhouse. But if you also want to see the tricks that you can use to scatter the vegetation around it and stuff like that, so I would advise you to watch the next part. It will only be for that specific purpose. Let's put it on cycles and use GPU. Yeah, so as you can see, our greenhouse is, yeah, it's not perfect, but it looks pretty good, and you have the full control on its parameter. Yeah, so thanks for watching. See you in next video. Remember to subscribe, and if you like it, if it gave you a valuable information, then you can like video as well. Thank you. See you later.